Hi, I'm Scott Campbell, PDJ number 72307, and this is my In the Bag video for Team Trilogy. Starting off with my bag, I've used the old style Commander bag. Fits great on my back. I love the straps on this bag. But mostly I like this bag because I like to push a stroller on long courses and on days where I'm playing multiple rounds, and it fits perfectly into the jogging stroller and makes it take a little bit of the pressure off of my back in the day. And so moving on to my putters, I've been putting with the West Side Shields ever since the Trilogy Challenge when they came out. These are really the only putters that I've ever putted with. I like these a lot. These are BT mediums. I like them because I put on a slight hyzer and I can pop them up straight and they'll stay straight. I don't have to worry about them turning over if I'm just putting with them. Into my overstable off the tee putters, I drive with a West Side Harp, most overstable putter in my bag. It's a great dependable shot. I like it because I can throw it up high, drop it down low, whatever I need to do with this disc. It's going to finish left and it's going to do well every time I throw it. Also recently added to my bag a VIP shield. It's a great disc for off the tee when I'm not wanting it to hook in too hard, a good straight shot or something where I can put just a little bit of ante on it and it's going to fight back out of that ante and still finish straight ahead. I don't have to worry about it diving in too hard, skipping off anywhere. It's going to finish pretty straight, and so I'm liking this disc off of the tee as well. My understable putter is the new Latitude Seric. The Seric is where Latitude has been experiencing, obviously, with the overmolds. It's a great understable putter. I can throw it pretty hard and get it just to turn over to the right, or I can pop it up, whichever I would like to do if I'm going for a shot where I want the disc to finish right in that 100-150 foot range. Moving on into my mid-ranges, starting with most overstable. My most overstable mid-range is the Dynamic Disc Justice. Really overstable disc, very dependable. If I'm down in a hole and I'm throwing up into some elevation or any kind of wind, this disc is just always going to be dependable. It's a great disc. It doesn't matter what you do with it. You can flick it, backhand it. It's going to go pretty much where you hope that it goes. Moving into the verdicts. I bagged two verdicts. Both of these are Lucid verdicts. One of them has the Hand Eye Supply stamp on it. The other with the factory stamp. These are just great, dependable discs. You can't beat a verdict. You step up to a shot and you have a verdict in the bag. They're just a great disc to have with you. Moving on into the Fusion Truth. I'm loving the Truth. I've been a big fan of it for a long time as well. Anytime I step up to a tee pad and there's a tunnel shot, or anytime I'm in a place where there's a low ceiling, I always immediately go to the Truth because you can get a good skip out of it if you have to throw something real low, or if you have a tunnel shot, it's just a good straight disc. A little bit of hyzer pops up straight and then rides out straight for a long time before it fades back in. So I can really get a lot of distance out of this mid, and I'm comfortable throwing it straight. My understable mid-ranges are the Dynamic Disc Warrants. These are great because you can throw them flat and you don't have to throw them very hard, and they'll just turn right over to the right for you and land nice and smooth. Have a great turn to them, but for me, not too much of a turn, as I've experienced with some of the other understable mids. So I'm really liking the Warrant. As we get into my drivers, my high-speed, most distance drivers are right now is the Sheriff. Been waiting on the Sheriff to come out for a while because it replaces a disc that's been in my bag for a long time that was not Trilogy, and so this was able to bump that disc out, and now these are my maximum distance drivers. I'm really loving the Sheriff. Understable driver, still high speed, is the Renegade. I love this. Anytime there's a strong tailwind, I know that it's going to still ride it. I can still pop it up and make it get a good S-curve out of it whenever I'm throwing into a tailwind. This one's been signed by Ricky Wasaki. So I really love the Renegade. When I've got a strong tailwind, I can crush this disc pretty well. Into my stable distance drivers, I throw the Worlds. Really like the Worlds. I bag 3 Worlds pretty much at all time. I've got one that's a TP and then 2 that are VIP. The Hand-Eye Supply stamp. This one's a Bell's Angels stamp, which is a club that I'm in here in Alabama. And so I'm really loving these. I've always loved the Worlds. They're a great shot. It's always dependable if I need something that's just long and straight, or if I need something to where I'm throwing a little bit of a hyzer on it and want to pop it out and let it ride on the tree line and then drop back in. It's a great dependable disc for that. Next, my most overstable driver in my bag is the Dynamic Disc Lucid Defender. It is a meat hook. I love this disc because I can throw it into a headwind, and pretty much no matter any time that I throw this disc, whatever the elements are trying to put at me, I know where this disc is going to land the moment that it leaves my hand. Fairway drivers. I've just recently picked up the Criminal, also signed by Ricky Wysocki. I really like this disc. It's extremely dependable. It's not a very long range disc for me, but it's always there and it's always going to do what it's supposed to do because it is so overstable that it's going to land right where I want it to every time. Don't have to put any hyzer on it. It's going to hyzer on its own. This is a meat hook of a disc, but I'm loving it. It's going to be a staple to my bag. And then probably my most favorite disc, which is no longer in production, is the Opto Riot. I love the Riot, but this is my utility disc. This is for my thumbers and tomahawks, things of that nature. If I'm off in the woods and there's a small window, then this is where I'm going to go to every time. Anytime I need a good pitch out where I'm going to get some distance and hopefully get me in position to get a good putt or a better upshot, this is the disc that I'm going to throw. I love the Riot. I have several of them, and I keep them in stock at my house in case something were to happen to this one. That's my bag. Again, I'm Scott Campbell, PDJ number 72307. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.